been lucky enough to travel around a bit, and I have to say, I always find myself coming back to Adelaide coffee. I really think we've got some of the best in the world. And if you love coffee as I do, you might just be interested in this. If you've ever pondered where it comes from, how it's processed, and what goes into making that perfect cup, then joining a coffee crawl is a great way to find out. Jeff Broad is in charge of today's walking tour of the CBD. It's guaranteed to satisfy any coffee craving.
Any good barista will know that getting the grind particle size right is the key to getting a good espresso. There are many variables in the grinding process, and that's why getting the perfect espresso is such a fine art.
And Jeff has some handy tips as well.
Okay guys, this is a domestic home popcorn machine. Basically, you can use this to roast green beans into pretty high quality roasted coffee, and very, very cheap, efficient way of doing it.
We hit the streets on the hunt for a milk coffee, just to ease us into things. Only a few steps away we find Please Say Please. Now, plenty of serious coffee connoisseurs have already discovered this tiny gem. It's run by Daniel and Adrian, who wow us with some clever latte art. I think they call my design a tulip.
Wow, look, I've got a swan.
Bar 9 was actually one of Adelaide's very first specialty coffee cafes, and there's now one in the city below David Jones. Here we explore the espresso with a taste of their black label house blend. It's a mix of Brazilian, Colombian and Ethiopian beans.
So guys, really well thought out espresso has a blend of bitter, sweet and savoury flavours. Have a taste of your espresso and see if you can get those, and we'll have a discussion.
Coffee crawls were a sellout success for the Adelaide Food and Wine Festival, and it's easy to see why, especially when we finish up at Stephen Terhorst on Rundle Street.
Okay, so what we've got here for you guys is a black coffee that we've paired with the Lady Jane lemon infused ganache. What I want you to do, pop it in your mouth, get the flavours infused in your palate, and then take a sip of your short black.
How do you think our coffee in South Australia compares to that of the rest of the world?
Really, really well. Australia, for example, does very, very well in barista competitions, and South Australia specifically has a really good reputation for doing some incredible coffee.
What should I be looking for if I'm on the hunt for a good cup of coffee?
Look at places that grind on demand. They don't use pre-ground coffee. Look for places that don't have really heavy branding on all of their stuff. Look for little cozy, intimate places that have an intimate relationship with their coffee. Now go for the fleur de sel, the salted caramel chocolate. Pop that in your mouth. Again, get those flavours infused along your palate, and then take a sip of your milk coffee. Fantastic.
It's amazing how coffee and chocolate brings people together. I came to learn about coffee, but also made some great new friends. Jeff, I feel like I knew a lot about coffee today, but I've learnt so much. What do you hope people will take out of these tours?
Exactly that, Callum. I hope that people garner a greater understanding about the efforts that it takes to make amazing coffee.
Coffee crawls are held once a month on a Saturday morning, or by appointment for groups of up to 20 people. For more details, get in touch with the Adelaide Food and Wine Festival team. And at the end of the tour, you get to come back here to the Coffee Academy, where you get to put all those tips you've learned throughout the day into place by making your own cup of coffee. Awesome.